Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial of Animator Optimizer, a Unity asset that helps you improve your performance by adding LODs to your distant animators. So let's get right to it. In this demo right here, which is the demo that comes with the asset by the way, I made a spawner that spawns 2000 animated characters. And as you can see right here, this is the FPS. So it's now currently at 38, 37 FPS, right? So let's start optimizing. So to set up this asset, it consists of two main parts. The first part is adding a script to the animators. So this is the character that I have. I'm going to add component and add Animator Optimizer object. And then you're actually done, but what you can do is you can optionally add the mesh renders, and it's easy. You simply click this button and it will automatically get all of the skinned mesh renders on the object, even child objects. If for some reason you want to call this function, if you want to do this dynamically through code, you can simply get Animator Optimizer object. You can get the script and then call get SMR. It's a public method, as you can see. Right, so this is done. We've added the first part, which is the Animator Optimizer object to the animator. When you add the script, make sure it's in the same game object as the animator. This is extremely important. Now, for the second part, we created an empty game object, add component Animator Optimizer. This is the actual manager of the system, right? We can set auto set camera, which will make the other property disappear. If not, if you don't want to auto set camera, you can manually drag and drop your camera or player, whatever. I will auto set camera. Batch count. What this does is it splits the total amount of animators into batches or groups, and then it optimizes each group in a frame. So this smooths out the CPU. It separates or splits the process between several frames. So it smooths out the CPU. Okay, now LOD levels. This is where you add the LODs. So I will add, for example, the max distance 50. So anything 50 or less from the camera, it will have these settings applied to it. Of course, 50 is pretty close, so we want the animation update rate to be 0, which is the highest quality. So every 0 seconds, the animator updates, which is real time. Okay, the max bones, I want it to be 4. By the way, if skinned mesh renders are not added, the max bones will be ignored. So it's optional. So if you don't add the skinned mesh renders, this setting will be ignored. So we want the max bones to be 4 because, again, this is the highest quality. And of course, we don't want to disable the root motion for close animators. Let's add another LOD, a little bigger this time, maybe 65. And we want the update rate to be 0.055. And we'll lower the bone quality. Okay? For my sake, or for the sake of this demo, I just want to disable all root motions. Okay, I'll add a bigger one, 80. So we'll increase the update rate a little bit more and decrease the max bones quality, right? And also we can add like 100 or something, and this will be like the biggest one yet. And yeah, we got this. So let's see how it turns out now. As you can see, the FPS is now 63. Okay, so without the Animator Optimizer, if you remember, it was like 37, 38. Okay, as you can see, the distant characters are moving needlessly. You don't need this type of accuracy. Okay, So let's enable Animator Optimizer. 60 plus FPS. And the distant animators, they are getting updated, just not as often. And the closer you get to these distant animators, you will see that they're actually animating. Why? Because you're getting closer to them. So the lower LODs, the higher quality LODs are getting applied. And that's it really. I hope you like this asset and thank you very much.